Record. Record. Oh, there we go. Recording. That was a little delay. How are you? Tommy Maloney with the podcast, the coach, the author, speaker of Blending the Family. And before I get into it, look at this. Look at this. Blending the Family t-shirt. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. How are you doing? Again, Tommy Maloney with Blending the Family. I am the host of the podcast, Blending the Family. Can I be a little bit more redundant and keep saying Blending the Family? Well, you know, it's a branding thing. That's what we do here, right? We brand. We have to brand ourselves and say who we are 100,000 times. You're doing good. I hope you're doing good. A lot of unrest in the world, and hopefully a little bit of humor, very little from me, will help alleviate the stress in the world. If you're listening to the podcast audio, well, thanks for downloading it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sticking with me. For those of you here on YouTube, as you can see in the background, we've got the logo, Blending the Family, and how to follow me, and not like a stalker type thing. BlendingTheFamily.com. The website might be changing soon. Give you a little heads up there. It might be. On the Instagram and Twitter, it's the same thing. It's Blending Family. And again, if you're listening to the podcast, you can watch this video on YouTube at Blending the Family. Where was I? So we're going to talk today about a tip from my first book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads. Book number 2 was Why Not You, Why Not Me, which is solely on ebook. You can get it on the Amazon. And we do have a kids coloring book. I do need to mention. I love to mention. I'm so proud of these kids. Miss Becca, Mr. Connor, freshman in high school, and Miss Becca, senior in high school, freshman in college. Becca is. You know, and that's one thing about doing the video. I don't edit very well versus doing the podcast audio, which I enjoy editing. Not editing any of this. Nope, not whatsoever. All right, I'm going to turn around from the camera and go mention that. Did I mention the t-shirt? So for those of you listening, I am showing off the Blending the Family t-shirt. And if you want to get one, let me know. Hit me up. And we'll move the laptop a little too much around as I'm trying to get organized here. Well, there we go. All right, let's get right into it. I'm going to grab a little sip of water like I do on the podcast. Love the agua. I'm feeling a little tired today. I don't know what's going on. So let's get that energy up. That's why I'm standing. Man. Right here, right in your face. Anyway, now I have a little too much energy. All right. Good thing for those who are listening, you're not subject to this insanity. All right. Episode 170, I believe I said. And again, from the book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads, which you can get on Amazon. Don't believe what Amazon says. Or again, hit me up. Tommy at blendingthefamily.com. Just hit me up and we'll make a good deal on get you into a book. All right. Tip number 4 is tell them every day that you love them. And then my little caveat, my little note in here, I say, do I really need to explain this one? And then I have a note section in the book. There's a little note section in the book. And I had put in what makes them feel loved. So just like adults, just like that famous book, the Love Languages, there are different things or ways that our kids feel loved. Maybe it's just being present, which is always very important. There's also maybe a little swag, maybe a little gift here and there, just I know it's someone buying love, but maybe that's their wheelhouse. You know, our puppy Otis, the one thing I've learned about him is that he is how do I phrase it? He likes treats. Okay. So for him to work on training opportunities, he likes food versus there are some other dogs that just want to play with a squeaky toy. And I wouldn't funny if I had a squeaky toy, but his is upstairs. Sorry. I know I ruined the moment. But anyway, back to this tip. So how do your kids appreciate that they're being loved? And that's a good way to help build not only their self-esteem, but help build, relationships going forward, that they understand not only how they receive love, but how do they give love. And I think that's important of what's going on in our world right now, is that we need, I'm sorry, I'm going to go like Zen moment on you, but we need to put more love out there. There is just too much hate, way too much hate. And this is an opportunity. If you listen to the previous podcast episode 169 with my past guest, Chris Williams, I replayed this episode because I felt that with a lot of the Black Lives Matter, with what is really going on here in the United States, is we need to have conversations with our kids to talk to them about race, diversity. And I just, again, there's a lack of trust, a lack of leadership, and again, a lot of lack of love. And so again, having these conversations with our kids will just help them in the future, be able to have open dialogue with their friends and with their significant others going forward. And so part of me, when I wrote this book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads, I really didn't think about the order of the tips. The backstory is that I just had a yellow legal notepad. And after my divorce, I just started writing down ideas for a book on how to stay connected with my son, Connor. Again, after the divorce, you're not in the same household. And I really wish I had thought about the order of the tips. And tip number 4, tell them you love them every day, should have been tip number 1. So I saw somebody talking about, I don't know where it was. I don't know if it was on Instagram or on LinkedIn. I don't know. Talking about regrets and not having regrets. You know what? To me, that's hard. That's hard to say that you'll never have any regrets. Excuse me. Whoa. Hey, need a little more sip. Maybe you can get a little choked up here. But it's hard. It's hard to go back and think about your life and not have regrets. I tried to live that motto. I try to live I have no regrets. I have regrets. Do you? I would love to hear what regrets you have at Tommy@BlendingFamily.com. So there we go. From the book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads. Tip number 4. Tell them every day you love them. Do I really need to explain this? And then again, what makes them feel loved? And that's the thing about this book, is the way I formulated the book was creating a little workbook. And so, you and your kids can sit down and have these conversations and ask them, how do you feel loved? How do you know you're loved? This could be a great dialogue for couples as well. So how do you know each other is loved? What is, your spouse's or your partner's, love language? How do they know? And how do you know? I think as men, as dads, I want us to embrace that. I want us to understand that it's not macho 24/7. It's not hunting and gathering, the old Tim Allen. It's, let's open up. Let's share our feelings. Yeah, I said it. Let's share our feelings, not only with our significant others, but with our kids, and even our guy friends. And here we are in the month of September, where the month of September is, I believe, Suicide Prevention Month. And this really hits home for me as a survivor of suicide, as somebody who has gone through many years of depression. How do I feel loved? How do I know? I am very blessed to have a wife that can sense when I'm feeling down, and she's really good at it. Unfortunately, at times I feel I have that a little bit of a Jedi mind trick where I can sense that she isn't feeling happy. Maybe something dealing with work or something to deal with one of her extracurricular activities where she just isn't feeling 100%. But as I stated, my wife is very good at um, sensing, and I think I hate to say it this way, but I think women are so much better at it that they can have that sixth sense, that they can tell when somebody isn't feeling right. So again, as men, this is where we really need a bit of focus on, and especially for our kids, and to be able to help our kids. Maybe they are going through a down period. Maybe they need some alone time, but maybe they need some dad time. Maybe the two of you just, or three of you, how many kids you have, just go out and just go have some fun. Take the dog. If you're like our dog, he'll only go for walks if it's you, your wife. He's quirky. I love him, but he's quirky. So I'm going to end it on that note. And I'm going to say, well, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to the podcast. And if you know somebody that needs this message, please, I don't know who needs this message. At times I feel like I'm just talking to myself, which is okay. It's okay. I'm one of those people, I will walk around the house and start talking to myself and just throwing out ideas. And some days I'll just talk to Otis. He hasn't responded back yet. And when that time comes, I'm sure there's some medicine that will be able to help me with that. So anyway, there you go. As the wonderful actor, entertainer, MC, furniture designer, artist, Terry Crews would say, your success is my success. Have a great day. And I look forward to talking with you some other time, some other medium. And that's all I got. That's all I know. I'm just rambling now. So I'm going to hit stop and thank you.